Is this thing on? Oh, crap. Wait. Hold up. Can I put this? I can put this. Hold on a second, guys. I forgot one thing. I forgot to put up my avatar. No. Okay. Should be fine now. Alright. How long will it take for my little... There we go. There I am. Okay. No, it's not on. Yeah, I realized. Okay, Persona music. Indeed. Hello, everybody. Chill vibes. Yup. Just made hot chocolate and about to relax. Yeah, we're chilling. We're working on my little animatic that I am hoping and praying that I get done by Valentine's Day, but honestly at this point no promises. But I got a good chunk of the, I guess, like, thumbnailing phase, somewhat. So, that's pretty neat. And, you know, I debated whether or not I could, like, show you guys, because I basically got, like, half of the thumbnails done, but I figured, you know what, why not? You guys are the special ones. Y'all are the special ones. Alright. Let me just, you know, I think I need to change my, not change, but like move the position of my mic. Hold on a bit as I do exactly that. Because, see, the deal is, I typically, when I'm playing game, I usually have my mic on, like, the leftish side of my desk. But the problem with drawing is that I am left-handed, so, and it's not really fun bumping into the mic all the time. So, we're not doing that. I'm moving the mic a little to a better position. Okay. Okay. I think we can get started. Can I have some chocolate? Everyone's drinking their chocolate. Good. All right. Let me set it up for you guys. All right, let's go to the. Actually, yeah. For now, let's turn off the Persona 5 music. All right. Whoa. Whop. Okay. Is the audio on? Oh, that's loud. That's really loud. I'm gonna, like, knock it down to, like, why is it going up? Let's knock it down to, like, how does this sound? Okay, not as ear bleeding. Not as ear bleeding. Okay, this is, the Bird song by... First name Noah. I forgot last name. I'm so sorry. But it's the same person who made the Ghost of Chicago song. I don't even know if you guys know what that is. But anyway, yeah. It's with Robin Hood, of course, because I'm in the Robbie feels ever since my short film came out. And it's Maid Marian. Anyway. This is what I have so far. Again, thumbnailing, everything's really rough.
She was a bird, I was an arrow, both of us sure we were sword and a sparrow. Still when we flew, we never knew.
I just realized I didn't do this.
There in the air, I felt her feathers, first all at once, then all together. When I went through, that's when I knew. Killer is a bad thing to be. She's a giver, and a giver's even worse to folks like me. Cause I never really wanna be the one to hurt somebody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
But there we go. That's that's what I got. That's what I got. Let me just turn that off. And so what these are. So this was basically me planning out the what I want for, like, cause in this, like, musical section. You know what, I'm feeling let's do another playthrough. Cause I'm just feeling it. I can see the vision. Thank you.
She was a bird, I was an arrow. Both of us sure we were sword and a sparrow. Still when we flew, we never knew. There in the air, I felt her feathers, first all at once, then all together. When I went through, that's when I knew. I'm a killer and a killer is a bad, bad thing to be. She's a giver and a giver's even worse to folks like me. Cause I never really wanna be the one to hurt somebody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
But, yeah. The killer line is a bit literal in this case. Alright. But we can start, the actual working process. Let's just turn back the Le Persona music. Okay, and... Oh. Bump it up maybe to like a 30. Okay, turn the sound off. Yeah, okay, so basically, like, I kind of counted, like, every other beat for the rest of the, like, musical part, and this whole part here was me planning out what exactly I wanted for that musical part before I get into the second verse, which would be, like, Maid Marian's part. And it's really just, it's just them hanging out together. It's just that. Cute stuff. He is an arrow that shoots through the night. He is indeed the arrow that shoots through the night. And I numbered them just so I could keep track because I'm crazy like that. So what I was thinking was like, oh, scene 1, like Marian receives like an arrow shooting like right at her door because it's like supposed to be Robin getting her attention. Scene 2 is the two of them like going out. He buys like a bread roll. She's in her little like cloak, hiding from the public because noble woman. The third was basically supposed to be like Marian noticing just how like damaged this boy is, and I mean damaged like in the most literal sense, cause no. Yeah. And this one is supposed to be the two just like looking out at the night stars, cause it's cute. And oh yeah, okay, this which one was this? Adjust Robin's cloak. Yeah, this is like I didn't finish this like thumbnail, but she's like adjusting his cloak a little bit. Yeah, okay. And I don't know if it's a fun fact. I guess anybody who's like, I don't know. Pretty much, okay, I don't know if I've told you, I probably have, but like I have a really like pretty like anime level length, and when I mean anime level, I mean like 20 or so chapters, each of them being around 20 or so pages with 12-point font, which is the like standard for like screenwriting. Like I basically created an entire anime like way back when. This was a while back. This was basically like pandemic times, right? And even though obviously like my writing has changed completely, the story has, well, not completely changed, but shifted a lot. There's still a lot of elements that I want to keep. So a lot of this is elements from that original draft. No, there's ads? There's ads? I trusted this. Oh well. Okay. Like, I don't think this was something I really put much emphasis on in the original draft, but I am using the childhood friends trope with Robin and Marian. Why, you ask? I don't know, I think it's cute, and I'm also like, I'm a sucker for the childhood friends trope. I'm a big sucker for that, so, I literally just got an ad during your talk, dang. Oh my god, wait, does it still play ads for you guys? Like, and I mean like a video ad, not like a little ad that appears like on the corner of the screen. Huh. But imagine them being like a little childhood friends trope. Really, really cute. And then you see them as like teenagers. I mean, they're still like in a like a mannequin type form, but especially with Robin, I wanted to show his like his, I guess, like outfit before he was outlawed. I got a video at the beginning. And honestly, that's more like normal. And then it's supposed to be like the two walking in different directions, and then he stops, looks back. Okay, none of this is like part of the. None of this is part of the original story. This is just me doodling. But this part right here. Okay. So I used the childhood friends trope, right? But like in my original draft, Robin takes, like, after he gets outlawed, like, the story spends like a good chunk of time before he sees Marion again, right? And so, like, the next time he sees her, it's basically been a gap of, like, 2 or 3 years. And not only that, Marion thought Robin was dead. Because... Is this music too loud? I don't know. Marion thought that Robin was dead, like, this entire time. So, like, meeting him up again, bit of a shock. Meanwhile, Robin kinda, like, because of, like, the life he leads, he kind of accepted that he would probably never, like, even associate with her ever again. And so one night he's out doing the stealing, because that's Robin's thing, right? He steals, right? And he's going into like a pretty a nice fancy house. He's going into these nice fancy houses. He crawls through the window, because little historical fun fact, you guys, back in the day, glass windows were really expensive, even for rich people. Nah, the music is good. The volume is great. The live is peak. Thanks. Yeah, back then, like, windows, like, glass windows were extremely expensive, even for rich people. So, like, most windows were just the shutters. But anyway, so Robin crawls through this fancy house's window, and the next scene is supposed to be, like, after he, like, stole all of the, like, what I imagine, like, jewelry and stuff. This is after he steals it, right? He's ready to leave before the door opens. Because that's pretty much how I wrote that scene, that he's, like, just about to leave, and then she opens the door, and the two of them are like, And yeah, they're having a moment. Okay, let's see. The next is just kind of like dressing. I think this was like, yes, this is a newer edition I put in the story. A newer edition of, newer edition in the sense that it was always a thought in the back of my head, but it's not until now that I'm actually, like, putting, I want it to be, like, a thing. And it's, like, Maid Marian's, she can use a blade. Not, like, amazingly, by the way. Like, I do want to keep it semi-realistic. Mostly for sport. What is it called? Is it called swordplay? I don't know. She uses it for sport. She uses it for sport. And then, of course, just her being the maiden. Oh, the beautiful little maiden. But I still want her to have, like, a bit of a boyish attitude. Again, this is all, like, fairly new editions. And by new edition, as I explained, like, back in the head. But now I'm, like, fully trying to embrace. The original ballads definitely had Marion be a bit more like a tomboy type thing. So I wanted, like, all of her mannerisms to not be overly, like, girly, I guess? I don't know what's the right way to put it without sounding a little weird. But, like, not dainty, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't want her mannerisms to be overly dainty. Like, definitely have a beauty to it, but not, like, I don't know, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So, like, with this first one, like, she's in conversation, but, like, what I kind of want is, like, for her body language to portray that, like, you know, a lot more confident, I guess. I don't know. And was it here? Was it here? Nope, nope. That's dead. That's a dead man. Oh yeah. Okay, I was around here with the wop, and then the swish with the flowy parts of her clothes. Wah! Really fun. Really fun. Really fun. Meanwhile, Robin's going through some trauma. This was a really fun scene to animate. This section right here, it was super fun. Very fun. Okay. I think we can actually like start working now, like for reals. Alright, where was I? I was here. Okay. Let me get... What size? 25. Okay. Okay. Just get myself comfy. Ooh, that was some lag I saw. Is that lag I see? I don't know. Robin's cloak is really simple. I didn't really put that much thought into it, I guess, other than, yeah, that's a cloak. And it covers most of his body. Would his hat be? Yeah, I'd definitely be like. Okay. And actually, I think it needs to be closer to like the center for this shot to work. And then the arm, and because I'm lazy, I'm gonna draw over top of this and then like copy paste because can't be bothered. Okay. I'm trying to think like how. Definitely like a hand here. Is that? Nope, okay. Like here, and... Or maybe more like to the sides. Like that. I'm thinking. Okay, got something. Just fix the hand. Okay. And I think I can like turn this a little more. Maybe we don't need that. And yeah, maybe she's grabbing onto like this part of the hood. But yeah. Okay, and then there comes the figuring out the anatomy of where how the hands make sense. Maybe like the shoulder can be here, or yeah, this needs to be like a bit upper. Yeah, like here. Makes sense so far. Makes sense so far. What if I like move it a bit like that? Okay. Because I fear I made the arms too big. Okay. So, that recent Archon quest, eh? In Genshin Impact. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. There was a lot of stuff going on. It's a big theory now that the Heavenly Principles is an AI. Or more accurately, the AI, that of the ship where the twins came from. Respectfully, I disagree with that theory. Not necessarily the theory that HP is a computer. I actually think that theory does make some level of sense considering how technological the inner workings of Teyvat seem to be. Although I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of assumed that was like a metaphor, and I just kind of thought it was like I don't know. Like, I thought it was like a metaphor, you know, that like not everything was like actual technological, but it makes sense, you know. But I don't think that it was the ship, unlike some people be theorizing now. Just yeah. There's a lot of discourse going on over whether or not Columbina was rewritten. I think it's pretty obvious that she was, but apparently saying that suddenly gets the fandom like all mad at you now. I don't like what happened. I am wondering what program is this? This is Toon Boom Harmony. This is Toon Boom Harmony, which is at least like in some places, it's like one of the industry standards for animation. Like, it's basically the program that I had to learn. And subsequently the only program I really know how to use in any meaningful way. Stories change over time. I mean, it's pretty obvious Genshin wasn't planned all the way through in terms of its story and characters. I mean, definitely not in its characters. Like, I definitely do believe that, like, the broad strokes were planned. I mean, we had the Travail trailer before the game even came out. We had the manga, or webcomic, or whatever you want to call it, literally in 2018. The game came out in 2020. Like, we had this manga that came out that has still yet to be retconned. Yet.
Whatever your tax situation might be.
I can't believe that I have ads on this. I thought I was ad free.
To an expert who gets you.
Oh my god, leave.
Expert full service.
It's game time.
Ah!
$20 at KFC. It's finger licking good.
Leave. Why do I have to suffer? But, woo, taxes, yeah. It be tax season soon. I love it. My favorite. But, like, I definitely think that, like, because the manga has, like, basically yet to be retconned, like, they've definitely planned things in the broad strokes, 100%. Like, I mean, like, the Moon Sisters lore has been a thing literally since the game, like, basically just came out. You know, it's very good planning. But, but, just because the lore, I think, or, like, the overarching story was planned, doesn't necessarily mean that, like, the details of the story were, well, I mean, they were planned, but it doesn't mean that they were going, that like, they were going to stick, you know? Because I don't have a source for this, and it drives me kind of crazy because I kind of wish I did, because, like, low-key, I'm kind of feeling, like, a little insane every time I think this, but, like, I am so sure I saw somewhere something about how Nahida, or the Dendro Archon more accurately, was supposed to be a boy. I don't know where I saw that, but like, I swear that was, like, a thing that they changed for Sumeru. I have, like, no source for this, though. Yeah. And there's also, like, Venti's beta voice lines and how he talks about the Dendro Archon. How he talks about the Dendro Archon is wildly different than who Nahida is. And it's really obvious that, like, yeah, no, this was a completely different character. Oh, I remember that. Good, I'm not crazy then. The core is planned, the details on how things work for that core is otherwise. Yeah, exactly. Cause, like, in like, Venti's, like, beta voice line about the Dendro Archon, he basically says, like, oh, the people of Sumeru have a very strong conviction for their wisdom, and they're very, like, disciplined people. And then he's like, I don't really like the rule about no alcohol, but I guess the god of wisdom has their own wisdom. It was, like, something like that. Like, I have that, like, in my brain, right? And it makes it very clear that, like, Sumeru was definitely not a culture that, like drinking was common, because Venti, like, is like, with that. And the fact that, like, Venti sounds almost like he doesn't like the Dendro Archon very much, probably because the Dendro Archon was portrayed to be, like, a very disciplined, very, like, wise, well, yeah, no shit, wise, but, like, a very disciplined person. That obviously contrasts with, like, Venti's freedom and all that stuff. And then we see the final game, and it's not that. It is most definitely not that. Like, nowhere in Sumeru is it shown that, like, they're, averse to drinking. If anything, Kaveh and Alhaitham freaking love alcohol, and Nahida's, like, the cutest thing ever. And Venti's voice line about Nahida is about dreams. And, like, and he's clearly like, yeah, she cool. Like, there was clearly a change that happened. Low-key remember wanting so bad for the Dendro Archon to look like Sue from Honkai Impact. Oh, unfortunately, I don't know Honkai. I need to look that up. But, so, like, that right there, it makes it clear, like, yeah, no, there was a change. There was obviously a change. Now, do I mind the change? Not really, but that change was definitely there. I am one of those people that think Natlan was rewritten. I am one of those people. Unfortunately, like, I think I, like, allude to that in my Natlan video essay about, like, towards, like, the tail end. I say something like, there's a theory out there that Natlan was rewritten, and I kind of believe it. Bro, people did not like me saying that. They got so mad. People got so mad when I said that. Seems like that version is the one who knows his terms and conditions and works like a machine. I mean, I don't know. We never got that character. All I know is that they were supposed to be a very, like, well, not strict, because Aventi is an extremely biased character, and you should never get any, like, real opinions from his silly, goofy way of speaking. But it's very clear that they were supposed to be a much more, like, disciplined people than, like, Mondstadters, you know? So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, people got, like, mad at me for saying that, for saying that, I believe the theory that Natlin was changed. I think people got mad at me for that because they really like Natlin and they don't want, like, more of, like, the Natlin hate. Which I understand that, I totally do, because I ended up falling in love with Natlin. Like, Natlin literally became one of my favorite regions purely from the Little One story alone. So, like, I understand the feeling of, like, oh, I don't want people saying that it was rewritten to be shittier. Like, I totally understand that. At the same time, though, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, it's so obvious, it's so, like, no, but I get that feeling. I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, I want to be a writer myself. I want to be like a creator myself. But I feel that there was a change. There definitely was. Well, seems like we have only 2 males as Archons. Yeah, and I really wish we had another. Well, we do have other male gods. They all just suffer and die. But okay, the hand is in a very weird pose that just, oops, is not gonna make any sense. What if I have it like that? And then it could go like down here, and then the arm goes. It makes sense. Makes sense, right? Whatever. You guys only see it for like a second. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me fix, like, wait, what happened to my pen? Okay. It's good. Ugh, sorry, I got distracted by Peak. Everyone else is dead. Literally. Egg. Okay. I think I got something. Okay. And what if, cause I'm, like, lazy, okay? Like, my original intention was to, like, her to, like, shift around. I mean, I guess I could do that. I could still have her shifting around the cloak. Ooh, actually, better idea. I just have to be smart about it. It is time to steal some hearts. Correct. You're right. Okay. put that here, right? So then I can actually like show the like shifting, I guess. Let me just put these back. No, oh yeah, okay, it did, okay. Okay. Right, and then maybe she pulls the cloak up a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let me just remove the white bits. The cloak. I actually just like this whole part. Okay. But where was I? Something about, oh yeah, Natlan being changed. Yeah, that was where my rant was incoming, about Natlan being changed. And I like, I don't know, I don't know, maybe it's just like the author side of me or the like creator side of me, but like, I feel it. I feel that there was a change. And hear me out. Here are a few of my points. Alright? Here are a couple of my points. One thing I'm sad about Natlan is that Capitano is not playable Sadie face. That is very sad indeed. I didn't mind it too much, but my god, Natlan was severely lacking in any male characters. Kinich was fine, but Aoife was, like, they did him so dirty. They did him as dirty as Sethos, where, like, these are two beautiful designs. I love the look of these dudes, and if they were actually good, then I'd 100% roll for them for their designs alone. But no, they sucked. So, like, and it was so sad. Okay, but, my points as to why, yes, I do believe that Natlan was, I love Aoife. Aoife is great, and his design is really cool. And his design is also, like, how do I put this? Yeah, he kind of looks like from a fantasy version of Latin America. Hear me out, okay? We got, let me get my guy. I forgot how his hair looks. No, I forgot how his hair looks, but like pretend this is him, okay? You guys need to understand that, this outfit right here, okay? this outfit right here, okay? Y'all need to understand this. Oh, even better, it has to be like a button up. A little bit like messy. This, you need to understand, this is like the Hispanic male design. Y'all need to understand. And I'm not talking about like, what is this? That is my Uncle Juan. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to understand, he is, even better. Bam. Loki in a fantasy world based on Latin America would go hard. Exactly. And I know he has like white hair, but if he has like black hair, hell, like even his like kind of like shorter like hair type, bro, like come on, you gotta be seeing my vision here. You gotta see my vision. Like maybe some like muddy boots, definitely. Some hair on his arms. Just extend them a little bit more. Like, y'all gotta understand that this is like the quintessential like Hispanic guy outfit, and I'm not even saying that, and like like it just is. Big piece of metal right here as well, you know. I gotta have like I'm just trying to like complete the look here. I'm trying to complete the look. Here is the wallet. It's like peeking out. And I'm not saying that Aoife was this exactly, but he was so close to that. He was so close to that. I'm like, literally the most, like, accurate of a character design that you could get for this region, aside from, well, also is Shilonin. Shilonin is, like, the quintessential, like, I've met people who look like Shilonin. She's perfect, like, for female-wise. And then Aoife was, like, perfect male-wise. Like, they got it so perfectly. And Shilonin was a cracked character that everybody wanted to roll. And Aoife sucked. Aoife sucked hard. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? He was the closest thing to actual representation in this damn nation. To quote a movie, "Hey, that is racist, but am I right? Yeah, you are right." Listen, okay? Okay? Is it racist if it's true? Like, no, like, I'm serious. Like, I have seen, like, old family photos of my dad and my tios and my uncles when they were younger. They literally looked like this, guys. They legit just looked like this. She do got them rollerblades, though. True. Like, my grandfather, oh my god, okay. He's got a bit of, like, a longer face. Obviously, this is gonna be, like, a caricature version of him. It's obviously, like, a caricature version of him. My grandfather is, like, he's pretty skinny. He's a really skinny dude. But also, like, extremely healthy at the same time. And he has, like, bare feet. Homie doesn't wear shoes. And he is literally, like, the guy with the open button-up shirt. He is literally that. Okay? And I don't think he rolls up his sleeves. I think he just has them. And they're, like, a little oversized because, again, he's, like, super skinny. And then, of course, whoops. That is the closest thing you guys are going to get of my grandpa. That is the closest thing you're going to get of my grandpa. Like, he's that's, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That's just, they all look like this, bro. They all look like this. They all look like this. Oh my god, my other grandpa was, he's a bit of, like, a bigger guy. Again, caricature. He had, like, bigger eyes. Okay, not, like, childish eyes, but, like,
Redeeming your fuel points today?
it's a bit of a bigger dude than the guy. But the exact same thing, like the kind of like baggy pants. Sometimes he'd be barefoot. Other times he'd wear shoes, but my best memories were of him barefoot as well. Look, in our defense, Latin America is super hot. Like, you don't even want to wear shoes. Oh my god, get out. Get out. Right? And although he wouldn't have his, like, shirt, like up and open, like, this guy, it's still wearing the button up, right? Now, see, this also depends whether or not they have their, like, shirt, like, out like that, or if it's, like, in a belt, but let's put it in a belt for now. And of course, Of course. What if sandals though? Yeah, sandals too, I guess. It's just like in my memory, I like best remember like just being barefoot. And then of course, like, come on, are you even from the old country if you're not wearing one of these? Are you even from the old country? Are you even from the old country? Come on. Come on. Literally. And then of course just the younger dude. This is the quintessential Latin American male form. Y'all need to understand. It is, okay? It just is. And there's nothing y'all can do about that. So, when I say that Aoife's design average ranchero pila. So when I say that Aoife's design was perfect, and of course he's a vet, so obviously he's gonna be wearing like the little like a lab coat and little like syringes, but I mean like cowboy hats, button up. I mean he isn't wearing baggy pants, but just pants. It's the cowboy and button up. That's what it is. That's what it did it for me. Yeah. So it's always with botas too. I think it depends on the guy when it comes to footwear. Like, this man right here, I don't think I've ever seen him wear shoes in my entire life. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, this man is a country dude through and through. And he doesn't even live in the country. Whoa, what happened? No. Okay. He doesn't even live in the country, and yet he, like, acts like one. Okay. That's enough Peppermint lore today. I was talking about Natlan being rewritten. I got into a whole ramble about how, like, all Hispanic men, and when I say Hispanic men, guys, like, I'm not talking about, like the random, like, the, like, Mexican guy that you might know, or, like, your neighbor. I'm talking about men from the old country, alright? I'm talking about people who are fully 100% like, of those countries. This is the peak fit. This is the fit. Oh, even better! You know how you showed you had money? You know how you showed you had money back then? You know how you... Okay. Looks like a standard button up, right? Just your standard button up. You want to show people that you had cash? Bam. You had money. That right there. They're not suspenders, by the way. They're like sewn in embroidery. That right there meant that you had money. I'm telling you, the dress shirt is the shirt, okay? I need to get drawing. I need to draw my animatic. I'm getting so distracted. Alright. I don't want to delete you guys. I'll put y'all here. Okay, I need to focus. Lock in. Okay. And this would be up here. All because Natlan lore, dang it. It could have been great. It could have. But no, it wasn't. Okay. Back to what I was saying, my pieces of evidence is to screenshot them so they'll live in your photo files. These are my grandpapas, guys. Go ahead and well, okay, not this guy, but screenshot them. Take a quick SS of them and call them the Tres Rancheros. Oh man, y'all killing me. Okay, but yeah. So one of my theories as to why Natlan was rewritten was the theme of fire itself. So I think this is like a fairly well-known thing amongst the like lore community, or yeah, I'd say like lore community, which is that, oh, excuse me. The tres amigos, if they were actually Hispanic, they will live forever on the internet and video platform. I can already hear them say, ¡Órale! Mavica la verdadera motomami. Oh man, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm okay, I'm okay. I am. Oh boy, okay. So the theme, so like most people in the fandom already know that, especially when it comes to like the animo characters, a lot of them seem to like not necessarily match up with their Archon's backstory, but definitely like have some similarities, you know? Average workers in construction sites, the oh my god. The joven, la flor y la jefe. I'm trying to focus here. What is it? It's Sunset Shimmer, but in Genshin. Yes, 100%. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So people have noticed that, like, you know, sometimes, like, characters with, like, a specific vision tend to have, like, backstories that are really similar to, their Archon. For example, pretty much every single animo character has had a very close friend that has either left or has died, and it affected them greatly. And they're secretly depressed. You know, stuff like that. You know, a good chunk of Hydro characters tend to be people who have to, like, hide their true selves for the sake of appearances. My mind immediately goes to, like, Singsho, and about how he studied, like, the sword style of Guwa, and that he's really into reading, but, like, his family is like, no, about that. Oh my god. Oh my god. ¿Y qué personaje de Natlan crees que sea un narco? No, I need to think. Who's most likely?
Make sure your perishable refrigerated products
Wow, come on, leave.
With Prince.
Hold up, I'm thinking. My mind is like flipping between Sitlali and Movika. I don't know why. Okay, Sitlali, maybe, I don't know, she's really old. She's probably experimented everything on the earth. And Movika because, let me tell you, traveling 500 years in the future must not be fun. But, yeah. This hand needs to be bigger. Nah, I didn't want this to, like, be a bit more down. Okay. Oh my god, I'm getting so distracted. Like, I feel like this is supposed to be such a short explanation, but it's like, I'm like elongating it by accident. But essentially, like, it's a thing I've noticed, and it's a thing a lot of fans have noticed. And one thing that I have noticed, particularly with the, with Pyro characters, is that pretty much all of them have something pertaining to, if not fatherhood, then parenthood. Right? That happened to me with Arlecchino because of the Aranara quest, and the Fatui spy on the village said that we didn't want to encounter Arlecchino because he didn't fulfill his mission. Yeah, I mean, at least they do show that she's, like, ruthless, though. Yeah. Like, even if she was changed, I don't think she was changed that much. But, yeah, pretty much, like, all of the, like, Pyro characters, they all have a lot of similarity, they have stories pertaining, like, parenthood, fatherhood, legacy, let's put it. Like, I'm already thinking, like with Diluc, you know, he has, you know, a big part of his story is his father's, like, death, right? That's, like, a massive part of his story. And then we have Bennett, whose story is tied to all of the adventurers, right? Because he was found as an orphan, and the adventurers raised him, and he calls them his dads. Well, they're not dead. I don't know why I was going to cross that out. I think, like, Toma literally went to Inazuma to find his dad. That's how he ended up in Inazuma. And, I mean, I didn't read his lore, but I'm, like, pretty sure his dad's dead. I mean, I don't know. Then there's Hu Tao, which I don't think Hu Tao's lore ever states anything about her father, but it does mention her grandfather, and how it was her grandfather that passed down the Wangshan funeral parlor to her after he died. And the little hat that Hu Tao wears belongs to her grandfather. I'm trying to think of, like, other Pyro characters. A mí me gusta Auroron. Auroron is really, really cute. I just wish his design portrayed that. Oh, hold on for a second. I'm so sorry. I'm back. Trying to think of more Pyro characters. Oh yeah, Xiangling. I don't know how to spell her name. Xiangling, although she doesn't have, like, a tragic anime backstory, she inherits. She works with her dad at the Wanmin restaurant. Again, connection with her father. Trying to think of somebody else. Oh yeah, Arlecchino. I don't know how to spell her name. I'm just gonna call her Arlie. Arlecchino is father. She literally is father of the entire orphanage. She is the parent of the whole orphanage. And then there's Linny, who is the successor, who is the heir to Arlecchino. He is going to be the next father. Amber was with her grandfather, if I remember her lore. Which is not much. I just remember, like, her grandfather went missing. And she took the outrider position, like, in honor of him, if I remember. Like, it has to do with her grandfather. I know that with Amber.
Get ready to rise with more
Oh my
shine.
god,
Discover the
leave.
orthopedic collection
Are there any
across your
Pyro characters in Sumeru? Oh my god, did I just kill it? We will never finish this animatic. I do need to lock in. But I hope you guys understand my point. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. Dea! Yeah, I think Dea's story quest is about her dad. I, unfortunately, never played her story quest, nor read her lore, I'm gonna be honest. But I do know her story quest does have to do with her dad. So, like, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, no, like, again, I hope you guys understand my point that, like, like, Pyro characters have a very close connection to their, have like a lot of their story comes from, again, if not their fathers, then their grandfathers or men who raised them. Parental figures is what I'm trying to say here, right? Oh yeah, Yoimiya also, it's the same as Xiangling. She like runs the festival thing, not the festival, the fireworks shop with her dad. And also kind of has to take care of him because he's basically deaf. I need a bit of view from up here. I love that story quest, so beautiful. Oh, maybe I should play it. I haven't like caught up with that with all of them. Okay. And then for here, I'm just gonna do like a copy paste because I'm lazy. Let me just put this back. Okay. Whoa. Actually, it's probably better if I just do this and put it back. And then remove this. So this stretch is what number is this? 5. All right, what was number 6? Oh yeah. Okay, this was from the scene where like Robin tries to convince Marion to join like the Merry Men, and she refuses, and she puts on like his little cloak. Let's see, Pyro characters. Had a good childhood or father die, no in between. Yes. Yes, indeed. But yeah. So there's a very clear connection, there's a very clear like theme going on here. And so of course, naturally, I'm going to assume that the Pyro Archon, it was going to have something to do with parenthood, if that makes any sense, right? And I don't know if that sounds weird, but it actually made a lot of sense to me, considering, like, again, it's, like, considering its inspiration, which is, you know, like, Latin / Mesoamerica. And, like, if there's one thing that I feel like most people know about, like Latin, like, Latam culture, is the fact that we are a very family-oriented culture. You know what I mean? It's a very family-oriented culture, and, like, large families kind of sort of live in the same spot, like, forever, you know? So, like, the connection between, like, Pyro, Natlan, fatherhood / parenthood, to carry on a more symbolic sense, legacy, you know, like, legacy, and then, like, to bring in the Mesoamerican sacrifice, you know, legacy, sacrifice, which would easily tie into the themes of war. Like, how much are you willing to commit for the sake of your family? The whole carry the torch with the fire motif. Exactly. No, actually, that's yeah, exactly. And I feel like that fits a lot with the theme of war. Because like I said, you know, love, sacrifice, morality, mortality. Just like the bald one of Fast and Furious. Family. Familia. Y fe. No, literally. No, but like legit. So, what I'm trying to say is that there was a very clear theme going on in Natlan that, not Latlan, but with the Pyro element that I was kind of expecting to appear. And not necessarily in the way that I guess I was expecting. I mean, there's definitely themes of, like, community, definitely. There's themes of community, but I feel like... How do I put that? Like, community can definitely be family. But considering the Pyro's element constant focus on parentalism, right? And I'm not saying that, like, any Natlan character, like, I don't know. I don't know. You know how like all of the gods are like my people are my children, you know? I feel like maybe they could have like done something like that with the Pyro Archon. You know, but like really hone in on that. Like I would do anything for my people, my children, my, you know, my reason for living. And okay, two of them would like the theme of sacrifice was also something I was fully expecting to show up here. Probably mostly because of like the Mesoamerican stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Because sacrifice, but like I don't know. I guess like tying the ideas of sacrifice with, you know, war, obviously, because it can at times be pretty brutal, but also family. You know, how much are you willing to give up for the sake of your family? But also, like in another sense, how much are you willing to do for your family? How much evil are you willing to commit for your family? And in like in Archon nation terms, how much is the god of war willing to do for the sake of their nation? Like, you know what I mean? Like there were clearly some like themes going on here. And that leads into my second point. Which honestly, like, is the other... It is the other main reason why I fully believe Natlan was rewritten. It's the lore with Xbalanque. It's the lore with Xbalanque that... Because... I know that, like, I know I glaze it, okay? I'm not I'm not inept. I know that I glaze Natlan lore oh so much, but to be fair, it made me cry. So, it made me cry, to be fair. And I think their heads could be a little down. They're having, like, a moment. They're having a little moment. I'm just dying with these ads. Or how about I put... Wait, no. Okay. What if I just put it like this? I don't want rain. Okay, no ad at the beginning. We'll see how long it lasts. And I do kind of want, like... something like that. I don't know, I'm not even gonna draw his arms, he has his cloak on. Okay. Where was I? Something. The lore. Yeah, the lore of Natlan. I know I glaze it. I know I glaze it a lot. I know I do. But, like, it basically... I mentioned that in my video essay, which also made people really mad, but it basically had everything I could have possibly wanted for Natlan. You know what I mean? Like, there were... I mean, the war was, like, legit. There were wars between oh my... Twibes. There was wars between twibes. But more importantly, there was the war between the tribes as a whole and the dragons, because the dragons used to, like, control the area and just kind of, like, barely left the humans alive. There was, like, legit morally complex conflict, as opposed to just, like, a war with the Abyss where, like, there is no moral complexity. The Abyss is not even evil, it's a poison. The Abyss is a poison. It's like fighting a hurricane. Is the hurricane evil if that's just kind of, like, what it is? You know what I mean? But of course with dragons, you know, because we spent time with, like, Nivelette, for example, like, we know that although what the dragons do aren't good, and what the humans do aren't good either, like, they're people, thematically, obviously. Like, thematically, in the purpose of the story, they're people. And so, like, and to me, I think that's, for personally, that is a very important aspect to the theme of war. It's this reminder that I feel like, especially nowadays, people need to have with the fact that, like, hey, your enemy is a person. You know, as much as you don't like them, they're not a mustache twirling villain. Well, some people are, and it's usually the people in power. But the soldier you see, he was drafted just like you. You know, it's that type of stuff. Oh my god, was there an ad here too? What the heck? Why are all these full of ads? So, you know, there was like that moral complexity that like, not moral well, yeah, kind of. There was that like acknowledgement of the two sides kind of thing going on, and also just like really complicated decisions. Like, for example, the Huitzilopochtli, the sunquake is the others, like, I think like another term the game has for it. But like the nuke, basically, that the pyro dragon created, and that little one had the choice to pick whether or not, like, to destroy all of Natlan. The quest that made me cry. Like that? I mean, I don't think I have to explain to you guys that that is very clearly a reference to a bomb. And I don't mean like a grenade, I mean like a bomb. Like, it's very clearly a reference to that. The fact that you need 2 keys to detonate it, and that you need to click to confirm multiple times, like you need to be assured. Yes, 100%, this will be a thing that will be done, and it's irreversible. Like, I don't know, like it's very clearly like an allusion to to an atomic bomb or an atom bomb, or like the bombs, right? The fact that, which is something I noticed, Xbalanque never destroyed that thing. Xbalanque kept that shit under lock and key. Xbalanque let Kukulkan keep one of the keys. Like, trusting in this guy, right? Ochkan, the crazy dictator who grew up to be hella racist, was the only one to have it destroyed. And although I don't think it's ever properly mentioned, I'm like a good 70% sure that none of the other Pyro Archons knew about this machine, you know? And so, like, I feel like it also kind of low-key complicates Xbalanque's waters, where it's like, you know, he is portrayed and shown to be like the Pyro Archon, but even he is not opposed to the idea of destroying a weapon of mass destruction, and instead decides to keep it, and gives like kind of sort of the choice, not fully, but still, like, he never tries to destroy it, you know? He never tries to destroy it. And so there's that. There's the themes of sacrifice, because old Natlan used to have sacrifices. This is legit. Y'all can like read it in like the wiki. But old Natlan used to have sacrifices, which, you know, is obviously a reference to Mesoamerican tradition. And Ochkan was the one who banned the sacrifice. Xbalanque never did. He wasn't the one who banned it. He kept that alive. I'm not saying that that's like, oh my god, like, Xbalanque sucks or anything, but like, what I mean is that, at least to like our modern cultural perception, like, we might find that a little bit like weird, you know? Although I like to imagine it of just like, well, I mean, of course he wouldn't ban it. Like, to him, that's normal. But that's just like my own personal headcanon, I'll admit that. But to connect with the parental theme, literally everything to do with Kukulkan and Ochkan. Everything to do with them. Everything to do about, their entire story is all about this really fucked up father-son relationship and this impossible legacy that this son was supposed to have achieved. It carries the theme that I was talking about earlier with all of the pyro characters. It carries the theme of parental relationships, but like tied into themes of war and sacrifice. Like it was very clearly part of the story. It was very clearly a thing that was meant to be there. So, oh my god, like, carrying on about Kukulkan, like, he was like the teacher of the Natlanese in like ancient Natlan. Like, his whole thing was that he wanted humans to be equivalent to that of dragons in terms of their like achievements and prosperity. And so he took it upon himself to like teach them like phlogiston and stuff. I'm not saying that he was like the humanity's dad or anything, but again, it's just carrying on this like vague parental vibe that's going on here. And I don't mean community. I mean parental. I mean familial. I mean like a deep intimate connection with someone. You know what I mean? That's it's more than just community. And of course, like, you know, of course tied to the themes of like war, sacrifice, morality, blah blah blah. You know, the fact that Ochkan hated humans with every fiber of his being because of the way he grew up, and yet having this like undying love for humanity. You know, like him doing things that objectively for humanity would be considered good and heroic, but he's such like an awful person at the same time, you know. And like the man that he loved and worshipped being portrayed as this paragon of virtue, and you know he is a pretty cool guy, but he made decisions that like would be a little odd. But is it odd because it's odd, or is it odd because of the cultural context? Like there's clearly like stuff there. Movika had none of that. Movika had none of that. Actually, no. That's a lie, guys. I lied. Movika almost did. Because one thing that I will never forget, I know I say that like a lie, I say that as like a broken record, but one thing that stays in my mind is the little flashback that Movika has with her mother and her sister before she does her time jump to 500 years in the future. And how obviously her sister is sad to see her go, and her mom is also clearly saddened, but like understands that like, you know, this is like the best for Natlan, the best for their people. And Movika looks at them and she's like, "Where's Dad?" And her mom tells her, "Your dad didn't want to come. Your dad didn't want to say goodbye." It was right there. It was right there. It was right there. Yeah, okay, I'm getting mad about this because this is something that like, I'm like, you could have connected everything. You could have connected everything, and you just didn't. Like Movika's backstory with her sister is really sweet and really cool, and I'm getting an ad. I'm waiting for it to finish. Good representation of Hispanic family. Oh.
Quality takes
Oh my
time,
god.
and we're in no.
I'm dying out here. Okay. Like, it was right there, guys. Like, oh my gosh. Like, Movika's whole little story with her sister, and how, like, she never got to see her sister grow up. Like, that's, like, I thought that was, you know, that's cute, and that's adorable, and it's tragic, and, you know, it's good. It's a good backstory for Movika, you know, really showing that, like, this great heroic act had its sacrifices, most definitely. But there's a part of me that's like, what if instead of Movika's story being about the sister she loved and at least got to say goodbye to, What if instead it was about her father who never even said goodbye? Like, come on. Like it was there. That last one was for the memes, but yeah, family supports each other and it's so sad. Like, it was right there. And like, what if her story was instead like her being saddened over the fact that like her father never accepted this impossible choice, or maybe even better, her father did accept it, but he was so like hurt at the fact that like in their timeline his daughter was basically dead. He didn't want to deal with those emotions. And you could tie that to the Nation of War and about how Movika also doesn't want to deal probably, okay, maybe not grief, because that is kind of like an overdone thing with the Archons, but maybe doesn't want to like think too much about the pressure of being the human Archon in a nation full of war. And it could be like that thing that she would probably resent about her dad is something that she has, because at the end of the day they're family and they share similar traits. Like, come on guys, come on, it was there. Unless he died, but I don't remember anything about it. Her family were all humans, so they're all dead. But no, I mean, no, I guess that's not what you meant. When Movika does her very poorly explained jump to the future, her mom and her sister say goodbye, and Movika's like, where's dad? You know, so like, her dad was clearly alive at that time. He just didn't want to be there. Like, oh no. Like, every time I think about it, it like low-key makes me mad, because I'm like, you literally had all of the pieces to make it connect to the theme that you already had with Pyro. You already had that theme like buried into the story. You already had that theme buried into the lore. So why wasn't it in the actual story itself? And so that's what I thought. Ooh, one more thing. Although this is gonna be a very quick one, but in the Genshin Impact webcomic, manga, whatever, you know, Venti, like when she talks to Vanessa, who's like from Natlan, of course, well, like descendant from Natlan, like they make it a point about like how Vanessa's tribe has like no memory or knowledge of Natlan, because of their like nomadic lifestyle. And so because of that, she's basically like, she has like nowhere to go, like she has no like real tradition or heritage to really follow, because like all of that's been forgotten, kind of thing, which again kind of could tie into the themes of sacrifice and inheritance and legacy, and the fact that Vanessa's tribe lost that, but then she gained it again after becoming the Grand Master. Like, man, even the damn webtoon had it. Come on. Anyway, so that's why I think Natlan was rewritten. that's why I think it was rewritten. That's where the ears would be. The cool thing about someone with a character with a cloak is that I don't need to worry about arms. And then, you know what? She could have her hair down. I'm not like drawing like their hair isn't like super detailed. It's just me trying to get the like the vibe. Well, I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow I have labs, and then I'm going to celebrate my birthday. So have a good night, everyone. Good night. Okay. That's good, right? Let me block it out just to get a better look at it. Yeah, that works. That works. That's fine. Maybe I'll lift them up just slightly. Okay, that's that'd be frame where 25 6. It's frame 6. Yeah, that's the best 6 I'm gonna get. All right, what's 7? Okay. It was the tournament. Yeah, because that's kind of like a bit of a turning point in their little love story. A little turning point here. Tournament in disguise. I always envisioned like he be walking past like there'd be like a tree.
Cool, so no more sweating all night or blasting the
Maybe like a thicker tree.
because the temper breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep.
Bye. What if it's like a birch tree? Are birch trees even native to England? I actually don't know. It was cool that I did. Oh, whoops. It was cool that you did an animatic for Biggering. That was a very, very fun animatic to make. And every so often, I get the urge to remake it because, like, it's a little bit outdated now. But I am indeed very happy that a lot of people are getting my vision. People be getting my vision. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend this is like a birch tree. If it's not, a remaster, you know, perhaps, maybe, no promises. But it is a thing that I'm thinking of, especially since I do want to. I know I said this like a million years ago, and y'all probably think that I don't think about it, but I do. Complete my like Lorax saga, like basically like make animatics of the other cut songs that I find very interesting. Okay. And for here, sketching out like how his body would work. Probably have like start here. And then okay. Actually, I think I can like pull this a lot closer. Okay, how does that look? Not bad, but I'll definitely pull this more like to here. What the whole thing? Definitely pulling it to, oh my god, what's going on? The whole thing. There we go. Yeah, pull it to like here. How many FPS do you have for this animation? I'm using the default, which is 24 frames a second. Mostly because I do want to like, I have been literally for like the past like 5 years. It's good to like train yourself on 24 frames per second because 2 reasons. A, that's just the industry standard. It just is. It's the industry standard, so like obviously in the event that I snatch a fancy little job, I already have like a good understanding of the frame rate, but also another reason is because it still ties into industry standard, but it is like the frame rate for film. Like, forget even animation, film in general is the frame rate. And the reason why is because 24 frames per second is the lowest like a smooth frame rate can go and still be perfectly synced to sound. That's the reason, like, even in film, it's 24 frames. Because, like, it's cheaper because less frames, but it also needs to, like, sync to sound very well. And 24 is, like, that happy medium. And especially when you're, like, doing, like, animatics and stuff, right? Especially, you know, where its whole thing is sound. Yeah. I think 12 can be, like, a good, like, I think 12 can still match, but obviously with, like, a 12 frames per second, like, you literally just cut half of these little, like, sound frames. You just cut half of it. And so it wouldn't be synced, like, as perfectly as 24. Okay. I need to remember, okay, because in this part of the story, he's wearing Will Scarlet's outfit. Well, his cloak. Hold on a quick second. I need to look up his how I drew that damn thing. It is indeed, it does not have a hood. Okay, but there is like a piece of fabric, like, over his shoulders. So, like, maybe instead of it being on his shoulders, he, like, moves it over his head, kind of like a... But it's still, like, it creates kind of like a scarf with, like a headscarf effect. That'd be fun, like a headscarf effect. Oh yeah, that's fun. Okay. I'll just put this in the event that I need to change it. Okay, not like, he's not going that down, it's more so left. Okay, that's 7, correct? Yes. Okay. And the last one is... Okay, he walks past. Okay, because she's in the crowd.
Hand off your taxes to an expert today.
No!
Now local experts do your taxes with 100% accuracy.
We have nearly 300 beaches in Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, it's because it's an island. Okay. Now for this one, I really need to think about how I'm gonna, like... Because I have 2 ideas for how I would, frame this. Idea number 1 would be like her in the crowd. Here's the little, like, stage separator. She's on her chair with nameless NPCs. I'm sorry, I mean her family. And then like Robin walks past. That's idea number 1. That's idea number 1. Idea number 2, so I draw less people. Idea number 2 is to have her, like, be here, right, watching the game, and then she sees him. Okay, actually I really like this. She sees him, like, walking, and she's like, dude, what the heck, what are you doing? That's a trap. This archery tournament is a trap. Oh, spoilers, I guess? Actually, I really like this idea, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I like it way more. Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this. I like that idea way more. Whoops. I'm gonna put it here. Just so I have like the basic composition down. It's pretty funny actually. I love that. Her being like, "Ugh, what are you doing here?" Goofy option wins, yes. My goofy option won. Let me do Robin first. And no, he probably wouldn't call out to her. I think that's, he'd be a bit stupid doing that. But definitely, like, he tried being, like... I don't know. Bit funny. He thinks he's a real comedian, this one. I don't even know what pose I was thinking. Hold up. Okay. Let me just make the body just a little bigger for now. And the back could be like here. Shoulder. The other, like, arm would be here. But it'd be like this one that'd be waving. Well, not waving, but just like a... Or I guess this arm. But, like, who would do it with that arm? It would definitely be with this one. And then, of course, like the nice wide open hand. That is an atrocious hand, but we're gonna go with that because this is just a thumbnail, and therefore I don't need to think about that stuff. It is a bit long, though. And this one's a bit too long. Okay. Okay. And let me just try to delete, like, some of this, clutter that would become distracting. Okay. Head is still too big. Whoops. Oh, what is this? Here's a fun question. If your versions of Sherwood and Arthurian characters had visions, what would they have? Ooh, visions? Oh my god, I need to think about that. Because unlike Avatar, it's not through your nation, or let's be honest, in roleplay vibes. Unlike Avatar, it's not through vibes. It's through, like, it's your ambition. But like what character personality, like, fits, I guess, like, not only the element, but, like, in the lore sense. Let me think about Robin. I'd probably go for Pyro. Not necessarily in that, like, parental sense that I was talking about, but definitely in the sacrificial sense. 100% in the sacrificial sense. Arthur, it didn't take that long. He'd be Hydro, due to, like, him having to, he's not, like, confronting fate or anything like that, but because, Arthur's story is, like, not a happy one, and, like, it's, like, his kingdom is, like, yeah, it's kind of like a Remus type thing. His kingdom is, like, fated to fall, kind of thing, and his life, just, like, from the get-go, was always going to be, like, kind of hellish. But he still tries to see, like, the good parts of his very hellish life, and that's how he, like, survives, by, like, seeing the good, like, fully enjoying, like, what he has. So, yeah, no, I think, yeah, no, wow, that went, like, hella, that went hella basic. Pyro and Hydro, whoa, so original.
Most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can.
But I think that'd be with, yeah. What would the zodiacs be for your characters? So I have little, like, headcanon birthdays, but I'm not exactly like sure if I want to commit to that in the final. They're more so just like a me thing. Like, I had like a silly goofy idea that Robin's birthday would be the same as the release of the Disney movie. Literally zero reason. I have zero reason for this other than I thought it was cute. But that is one that I am definitely like, nah, that's just like a me thing. That's not, I am most definitely going to change that for the final. Considering that Robin is so much about, like, nature, I'm kind of thinking somewhere in the spring. Probably May, but I don't know. Arthur, on the other hand, okay, it's, like, Arthur's birthday really doesn't matter, because he's an orphan, and so he probably didn't even know his birthday for, like, most of his life anyway. But I always thought it would be really funny if his birthday, okay, no, I need to give y'all some context, because it's one of those leaps and logics type thing. So, the reason specifically that I got into the King Arthur story, well, the first reason was because it started off as, like, a silly, goofy story between me and a friend of mine. But, like, why the story? Why the story? I'll tell you. So I was really into this show called Once Upon a Time, which is, like, kind of a Disney show, but not really, but yes. That was, like, on the ABC, but I watched it on Netflix back when it was on. I think it's on Disney Plus now. But y'all need to understand, okay? Once Upon a Time was, like, my life for a big second. I was, like, obsessed with that show, right? And every, like, season, there would be, like, two arcs, basically. Every season, each following a specific fairy tale / Disney character, right? So, like, one season would focus on, like, Peter Pan, another would focus on Rumpelstiltskin, another would focus on Anna and Elsa from Frozen, which kind of broke the, like, general fairy tale vibe, but whatever. But the second half of season 3 was King Arthur. And see, here's the thing, one of the reasons I loved Once Upon a Time was because you already knew, like, most of the stories, right? You already knew, generally, the story of, you know, like, Beauty and the Beast and Rumpelstiltskin and Snow White. Like you knew that, you knew those stories. And so it was really fun to see how they would twist that story into this vague fantasy modern day setting. But with King Arthur, I had no idea what it was. Like, I knew King Arthur was a thing because, like, you know, you hear, you know, like the Wizard Merlin, the Knights of the Round Table, blah blah blah. But that was more or less as far as it was, right? And I was like, I want to know what this is. I need to know what this is because I don't know what this is. And that's how the rabbit hole started. Basically, Once Upon a Time is the reason I am doing this animatic. And so in honor of this silly little show that had way more seasons than it should have, in honor of this silly little show, I was like, what if Arthur's birthday is the release day of Once Upon a Time? Which is like, I think it was like October 17th. I think. Somewhere in October. I know well it was in October. So, well, yeah, we were talking about the zodiac signs. Well, I'm sorry. Whatever zodiacs October and November fit, I guess. Now, thankfully, the legends do give me a birth month for Arthur's son, Mordred. May. Okay. Okay, that's him. And then Marianne. Circles are the bane of my existence. No. Okay, what if I just go slowly? Is that it? Oh, okay, okay. That's not the best, but it works. I can... Okay. And she's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? What? And like maybe she's gripping onto the bars here. Not the bar, what am I talking about? The like, well, I mean, I guess it would be a bar just with fabric underneath. Like, dude, what are you doing? This is a trap. And Robin being like, yeah, I'm gonna impress you. What is this? After a bit of research, the signs are Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, falling in November and in October and November. Okay, I need to freshen up on my zodiac stuff because, like, I do not remember what they like. What, like, personality traits are, like, assigned to them. I'm sorry. The only one I know best is, Cancer, because that's my zodiac sign, and Cancers are supposedly, like, uber emotional. Which, yeah, that checks out.
Some companies think hens don't need to be outside. We politely disagree.
Dad, I love that you're here, but I don't need you to check on me.
I just want to help. I know you're going.
Leave. Okay, and then this part here for the other hand. Yeah, no, that's funny. I like that. I really like funny choice. Make me laugh. But funny choice, funny. And okay, maybe head is a little too big, so we're gonna size it down a little bit. Okay, and then of course hair. The hair is not really like, because I'm not doing Robin's hair. The reason why is because like I'm still trying to figure out like how Maid Marian's hair works. So wait. Oh, okay, it's fine. The bun would be here. And then the other bun would be up here. And I kind of have like a ribbon around. I'll just color in where the buns are so I don't get too confused. Okay. I don't regret this. This is great. This is hilarious. And then from here, the bars. Let me just like remove them from here. Whoops. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, did we get to a part where did we get to the part where I like can time these now? What? Oh my god, we can time these. Let me just. Now see, am I planning to like animate these little snippets? You know, like at least like something like this where there is at least some level of movement. I don't know. I don't know. I think that depends on like how much time I have and how much time I'm willing to give, or like something like this, like animation, like somewhat. I'm not sure, honestly. I really don't know. Because I could just leave them as still frames. I really could. I'm still thinking about that. Oh, actually with this one, I definitely need to show. Yeah, this one it does need movement because Robin is showing off his very much not good and of course like some scrapes on his like knuckles, maybe like a cut here. Just an overall not pretty look for this. And here, let me just. Now see, the one good thing about tunics, one really good thing about tunics is that when it comes to a cut off body like here, like this is supposed to be the line where like the skirt of the tunic is. So one really cool thing is that when there is this type of cutoff, you don't see it. You don't see it. I think I'm just gonna move this down a little bit to give the illusion that what's pushing it is out of the way. But I don't need to worry about the legs. Okay. I just drew them in just so I can get like an idea for like the form, I guess. Okay. I'm not gonna like move him just yet. I'm just gonna, for instance, yeah, like move this down. I'm definitely going to move like this area of the cloak though, because yeah, he's still moving. He's supposed to be like walking. Sneaky animation, indeed. And then this would be like hidden. Actually, it just straight up be gone.
Get ready to rise with
What am I doing?
Discover the Sealy Posturepedic collection at Ashley.
Yeah, it would just straight up be gone.
Coils, arranged right where you need them for
Oh my
targeted
gosh,
support.
get out of here. I keep being betrayed and bamboozled by these video game songs. Okay, I think this one would just straight up be a bit more like straight down. I'm thinking maybe like that. Okay. And then maybe like a frame. Okay, first this would be a bit a bit higher. Let's put it like here. See how it looks in. Yeah. Now, obviously, I think I will need to add at least like an in-between here. Definitely need to add an in-between. Sorry if I went like dead silent. Like I went from like going on I went on from ranting to just like dead silence. But this stream is called Working on my animatic. There has to be a point where I do lock in a little bit. So let me just grab this as well, plop it in here. And again, just gonna remove the cloak area. So for this, I'm not gonna do anything complicated because again, I'm lazy. So instead, we're gonna move it to like here. Or maybe like a little bit higher. Like up here. This. Maybe like a little bit down. Whoops. And this, of course, is, well, I mean, it's the in-between. But, okay, I will make it closer to the red, though. Okay. And yeah, this will be like not fully, in the middle between the two. I definitely want it to be closer to red, but yeah, definitely an in-between. Okay. Yeah, like that. Like that. Mwah. Perfect. I'm great. I'm an amazing artist. Okay, okay. Okay. Nice. Oh my gosh, I think it's time to finally time this. I think it's finally time to time this. And like I said, like, ideally, I would want a little bit of, like, animation. I think definitely for, like, this one, I think this is gonna be, like, a must animate, because I need the, like, shoom of the arrow. This probably not so much. Probably not so much. This 100% needed it. This, what I kind of wanted was just for Robin to just, like, reach out his hand to see the stars. And then maybe, like, another frame of the two, like, just watching the stars. This one, I literally just did it. And the two, like, stare at each other. And, like, oh my god. And then Robin with his, like, tournament outfit. And him walking by and she being like, yeah. Okay, this one, I don't think that needs to be animated per se. Neither does this one. Neither does this one. Okay, okay. This one's, like, somewhat. Yeah, most of them... Oh, man. Screw my animator brain. Screw my mind being unable to show a still image for that long. Okay, okay. But we need to time these. We need to time these. Alright, we can... shut off the Persona music for a little bit because I did, like... This is gonna be a bit, like... Blah. So, apologies... I apologize to you guys in advance, because here's the funny thing with animating with sound. It is not very pleasant to the ears. I am used to it. I am very, very accustomed to it because I've been doing this for like damn near a decade now, which, God, that feels weird. I've been doing this for like damn near a decade, so I'm very used to that. But just be warned, there's gonna be a lot of... But I need to, or else it won't time itself. Yeah, this can go out. Okay, okay. Scrubbing, yay! Okay, okay, I need to like, I need to pay attention to the sound. So, bear with me. Bear with me, guys.
Just keeps happening, yeah, it just keeps happening.
Right there. Okay. Okay, okay. I timed it out for the sake of your ears. Timed it out for the sake of your ears. I scrolled way too far past. Okay, 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 okay. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Okay. It kind of reminds me of what, bot chanting? Okay. Okay, so with these, I'm just gonna move them up to where I put the markers. This is why I love Toon Boom Harmony. Toon Boom Harmony is the best program ever, and no one can tell me otherwise. For animation specifically. Like, for animation, it's so, I love it so much. I just wish there were better brush options. This is a perfectly fine brush for, like, basic animating, but I guess, like, what I mean is, like, finished product. Because, oh, how much I wanted my short film to have, like, even more of, like, an anime style, like, line art and everything, but, like, it couldn't be done. Well, I mean, it can, but it's just, but there's so many more bells and whistles than if it was just, like, a thing available here. Settings available. At the same time, though, that's mostly because the anime style is quite literally paper and pencil. Like, literally paper and pencil. So, I can't hate on it too much. Oh, crap, 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 crap. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. My mistake. This one here. Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh, I messed it up. Gah! Here. Starting from here. Okay. Okay. And then for the little bits I animated, quote unquote. For those little bits. Yeah, like this one here. closer to this. Maybe like over here? Because I do want it to like go back to this original frame. Maybe like a bit shorter. Like a quick adjustment. I'm a soulless soul. How can you be a soulless soul? No, definitely longer. Or, Or maybe it's like even shorter. Like it's like a quick adjustment. That's too quick. That is still too quick. Well, I couldn't find a soulmate. Oh. Maybe, Guys, I think I could just leave it. Like as one frame is what I mean. See, this is the part of animating, guys, where it's a lot of trial and error. Sometimes the extra frame is just not necessary, and even though you spent time drawing it, there's a chance that it's not necessary. Because if I make it last longer, then it all looks weird. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I don't know how I'll feel about it later, but that's what I'll keep it as. Now for this little, like, walk thing, definitely gonna keep, no, I definitely want it to be a bit shorter. I'm thinking. Because if I, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here I put this. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe this frame just needs to be longer. You know what? I need to shut this off and actually, like, we can put back the music. This one's something that I actually need to, like, figure out. This is not like a music thing. This is an actual time thing. Okay, not bad. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How does that look? Okay, okay. Okay. I kind of wish. Okay, okay. I'm liking it so far. Although I'm gonna shorten this here so that it's like immediately within the action, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Alright, 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 alright. Yeah, this one obviously has to be animated as well. I think for here we can do like the whoops. I can get the door in the background. Yeah, we can have some of the arrow, why not? I'll just put on the No. We need her. We don't need you. We don't need you. Okay. And then here it can show the arrow like, you know, like flinging itself in. So I'm just gonna colored it blue. Center a little bit. Okay. And then definitely, because little fun fact, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can see it with any like slow-mo video, but arrows actually tend to like curve a lot while they're in the air. They're actually really flexible. So 100% when it hits the door, it's gonna like, not exactly, although I think I might just make it move like up a little bit and then back down. Again, this is an animatic. I'm not animating this whole thing. Oh my god! Why do all of these have ads? Why do all of these have ads?
You've got better things to do than
Come on.
Have a local TurboTax expert file for you.
Does nobody put a free ad free on any Persona 5 music? Okay. Immense false advertising. Okay. So like I said, I'm definitely gonna get, whoa, this, plop it here. I don't need this. Definitely going to get this little piece. And yeah, I kind of want it to like bend a little bit. Maybe like that. I definitely need to like a little bit before it stabilizes. Maybe a bit like shorter, just to make it more like dramatic. Super fun. Let me match it up here. Hey, look at that. It's already funny. It's already funny. Oh, it's great. Whop. Whop. How funny. No, I like that actually. I really like that. And then let me pull it back a little bit. And then of course I need my girly to like just kind of be standing there for a little bit. So I'm just gonna, or actually, okay, let me draw her first. Let me just, yeah, I need to draw her first. Let me steal her head. And what could she be doing? looking forward out the window. No, that doesn't make any sense. She'd see the arrow coming. I'm thinking. This is hard. What the heck? Oh man, what could she be doing? What do people do when they're standing there? Checking pockets. There we go. Because yes, internet, medieval dresses had pockets. Actually, just medieval clothing in general that wasn't a cloak had pockets. That's what she's doing. She's checking her pockets. No reason. I just think it'd be funny. Daydreaming? I guess, but looking out the window. No, because then she'd see the arrow coming. She's checking her pockets. Who knows? Maybe Robin stole some stuff from her earlier, and they're gone from her dress. This brush is way too. Thinking about the last time. Thinking about the last time. Okay. Checking pockets is funny. Alright. She's doing like maybe like the cartoony thing where like she's pulling out like the pocket. She's pulling the pocket inside out. That'd be pretty silly. And then the other arm is, I don't know, just hanging there. It's gonna be covered up by, like, the big boy sleeves, though. Okay. Because big sleeves were really popular in this time period, especially for, like, nobles. I think they were called trumpet sleeves. Okay. No, okay, that bun looks terrible. Let me fix that. Possibly wearing a crown for... There's a fly coming out of it too. There's a fly coming out of the pocket. Little. Okay. Okay. Ooh, and I had an idea. And when the arrow like hits, she's obviously going to like jump because like an arrow just hit her door. Like duh. So, like, an overly exaggerated... Ah! I mean, she already kind of has that, but, like, I mean more so. Like a jump. No, but definitely like a... This is so funny. I mean, it's obviously gonna be a bit more serious in the final, but like, this is silly. It's silly. And then like an even higher, like, shoulders. Even higher shoulders. Maybe like her arm would be out here. And like... And sleeves go like that. Maybe here, like, same thing. Okay, maybe I can tone, I think I need to tone down the sleeves a little bit. But definitely, like, up here.
Are you talking about bowling?
You're not even real Jake from State Farm. And then... Yeah, and then like the little like anime thing where their hair like gets all like up. Okay, maybe that's a little too much. And like even the like ribbon. I think I need to move this a little more, like over here. And this will be over here. And then she calms down. Okay, I like that. I like that. We're going with that. We're going with that. We're going with that. Okay. Okay, so where's her? Gonna turn off the onion skin. So I'm gonna grab her. She's just there, looking at the nothing that is the pockets. And let me move this over here. Looking at the nothing that is her pockets. Let me get the rest of the background. Actually, I have the door here. And I also have, well, this is supposed to be like the walls. It's just like a quick indicator to me as to like where the walls would be. Wait, and then this would come. This would appear. So, let me just grab this. Put this here. Let me put it back so that's not distracting. Right. And the thing hits, and that's when we get like the face. This one. I love this. This is fun. Okay, let me just get the wall as well. And what if I like keep her expression, what if I keep like her shocked expression while everything is normal and then she calms down? Let me just get everything from here, plop it here, bam. Right, so it's like chillin'. Bam, perfect. I got it, guys. I got it. Okay. Now I just need like a good like timing for it. This one would come in like lightning fast. maybe like, I guess we could keep it at, this one would obviously be a bit longer. This would probably be like a little bit more, okay, let's see. Maybe like that? No, I think maybe a little shorter. I mean, I guess it works for now. It'd probably be better in sound. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think the last little, like, animation I'm going to add will be, Robin, like, moving his hand a little bit for the, sky. That's pretty much it, which is basically just drawing the hand. This is just drawing the hand, and I'm gonna copy the moon. The white part is obviously going to be, like, with the moon. I'm going to, like, draw in the final. I wanted it to be a half moon. Gonna do this because it's just easier for me to draw. A great reference to Robin Hood. Well, like, what do you mean, like the what? Like the arrow? What? I'm so sorry. It's getting late. I'm getting to that point where I'm like, huh? Okay. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to move it here, else there'll be no space. The animation itself is a reference. It's kind of cause, like, it is. This is a Robin Hood thing I'm working on. And then this part. And then finally the Le Pinky. Well, it's got a fancy hand. Yeah, let me move this a bit more.
Introducing Virtual Up. Your coffee, your way.
Experience Pureology Hydrate. Creamy, luxurious, and 3 times more hydration after 1 year.
Okay. Definitely need to size this hand down. It's a bit, it's a bit big. And kind of want it to move. How does it look like in the bars? Okay, not bad. Definitely gonna pull it a bit more down. I do want some space between the moon, though. I don't really want them to overlap much. This I'm definitely put like that. Okay. And maybe I made it a little too small. Okay, fine. It can overlap the moon. Ugh. I don't want it to, but fine. Okay, and what if it's like that? A bit smaller. Like a bit shorter of a time. Oh my god, I had an idea. Like, what if for this one, like, she moves her, like, hand down his arm? Like, very simple, like, not complicated animation, just, very much not complicated animation, just stuff that, like, gets it running. The animation itself is a reference. I'm assuming that what you mean is that it feels like a reference to Robin Hood, and if that's the case, that's because it kind of is. It's Gremlin Hour, peeps. It is. Yeah, okay, I think... Yeah. Very... Like, a very small... It'd just probably just be her, like, moving her hand down. Down his, like, arms. And... Yeah, okay. Let me just select her hand area. This is another reason why I absolutely love Toon Boom Harmony, is the fact that I can select individual strokes. No other art program, to my knowledge, does that. Absolutely no other. And it's so incredibly convenient. I love it so much. The arm is like that. Wow. Probably be up here. I'm just gonna match it more or less. Maybe like a little bit more spread out. Oops. This program is dope as fuck, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's the industry standard. Okay, like, what I mean is that, like, just because it's industry standard doesn't mean it's good. Just look at Adobe. Like, half of Adobe's things. Those are like, Photoshop is the industry standard for illustration, and it's dog water. But with Toon Boom Harmony, like, it truly, truly feels like a program, for animators by animators. Like, I don't know, the onion skins, the timelines, the fact that you can select individual strokes, which also kind of, like, encourages you not to chicken scratch, which is basically like drawing like that. It kind of like encourages you to not do that. Not that chicken scratching is bad, of course. I don't think it's bad. However, when it comes to animation, you do kind of need to get, like a sense of, like, drawing quickly. You need to develop a sense of drawing fast. So that you can, well, work on frames fast. The only downside is the subscription service part of it. 100%. It always is. It always is. Although, to be honest, I think with Toon Boom, it's not... First, okay, it's too expensive, alright? Like, Toon Boom's too expensive. But, I don't mind it being a subscription service because it's so good for animators. Like, it's so good. The price... Like, I have the Essentials version right now, which is, like, the cheapest version, and it's not the best price-wise. And the premium, which I kind of got used to because of my school had the premium version of Toon Boom Harmony, and I got really used to that because the premium version has like all of the fancy like lighting effects and nodes, and you can do puppetry and blah 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 blah. I was not feeling like damn near $70 a month for that. Like, no, I don't even need that. I don't even need the nodes. The nodes were really fun and I actually used them for my short film, but I didn't need them. So I just stripped it down to the bare essentials, which I got the essentials, which is pretty much just the basic like animation part, which on one hand I really like, but on the other hand, I do miss a couple of the features that the premium version had, but you know, whatever, it's fine. What's the price? Goddamn. Yeah, the Essentials version, which is the cheapest, is like $28 a month. So, yeah. It's not the best price-wise. Like, I don't mind it being subscription, but, you know, prices... it's not that great. Okay. Maybe, like, around here. Honestly, this is my theory. This is not my theory, but this is what I think they should do. They should just copy what Clip Studio Paint does. They should just do that, because although Clip Studio Paint is not the industry standard for illustration for some reason, Clip Studio Paint is like Toon Boom Harmony, where it's like, it is clearly a program made by illustrators for illustrators. Like, it very clearly has like illustration in mind. Kind of like how Toon Boom has like animation in mind from the get-go. But I think like the Clip Studio model is a little bit better, where the normal version, the essential version, the version that everyone can get, is a one-time payment of $40, where, you know, when you have the cash, you got that shit for life. Awesome, cool, or at least as long as like the servers keep your your account. Awesome, cool, perfect. However, there's Clip Studio 2, which has a lot more fancy bells and whistles, which has a subscription service. And I know that a lot of like people really hated that because the beauty of Clip Studio was that it wasn't a a subscription service. And I fully get it, but at the same time, like, there's people like me, like, I don't need the bells and whistles, nor I really want the bells and whistles, because that just takes up more space in my computer. So I'm perfectly fine with like the version of Clip Studio that I have. I think Toon Boom should do that. I think Toon Boom Essentials should be, maybe not free, but, you know, a decent price. You know, maybe the $40 price is fine for a one-time payment. And then the premium with all of the fancy bells and whistles that you would use in the professional industry, that could be the subscription service of definitely not $65 a month. Lower that shit down. What are y'all doing? You know what? It's still better than Xbox Game Pass. I need to know what is the price of that. I don't play games. Okay. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna definitely put her arm kind of gliding down a little bit. Got the onion skin. Good. Oh my, 30 a month. Yeah, no. Yeah. Subscription services are crazy these days. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. Actually, no, they know exactly what they're thinking, and the thing that sucks is that it works. Netflix can keep, like, raising their prices, but people will still subscribe. Not me, though. I don't have Netflix anymore, specifically because of the price hikes. Okay. And then this, of course. Wait, has it been moved? Oh yeah, well, it's just like, it's a little bit like here, like up here. Oh. Everything has to be something you have to keep paying for and 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 paying for. Yeah, no, it sucks. Whatever happened to the one-time payment? Like, Okay, and this would obviously be a bit shorter. Maybe we can move this up here a little bit. That's fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let me just look over this sequence again. Yeah, this part is just so still. Nothing. Or, okay, maybe this could happen a little bit more, a little earlier. Maybe like here? Oh, yeah. No, that's better. That's better. Pacing is so much better. And this moon part could be shorter. Okay. Okay, let me just see it again. Okay, last thing. It's this part.
Breeze makes sleep feel cool.
Oh my god! Leave! Okay, I think this might be the last thing I'm going to do. Nothing major. Just... Or actually, maybe like towards the end. Just a little bit of... Oh god, what is it called? Follow through for the arm. And yes, I do need the moon. Which would be just like a little more of this. And a little more of that. Just to, you know, just to show that the movement carries on just a tiny bit before it comes to an end. And maybe here? How does that look? Ooh, much better. Look at that. Like already, like, so much more movement. So much more movement. Which just makes me... Maybe like even shorter. I love how the last ones are just still frames. Okay. I think we're done. It's pretty late. This has been a very long drawing stream. To be fair, I didn't do much drawing and just did a bunch of rambling and ranting about an anime video game and some other things. But it's fine. Okay, yeah, no, that's it. We're just gonna like, I guess we're just gonna like watch the animatic like a few more times. See how everything looks with, because this is Robin's section. How everything looks with Robin's section, before I eventually like move on to Marion's section. And yeah. Yeah, no, guess that's it, yeah. Like I said, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like really animate these parts. Animate in quotation marks. So what I mean is like add a frame or two. Especially this one. Because the only thing I can really think of is him like moving his arm to like show off the like, it's supposed to be a piece of bread. But there's like all of this overlapping stuff. And that was on me personally. I should have put it on another layer, but I didn't because these are supposed to be like quick sketches in quotation marks before I like draw the actual frames, the legit ones. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, no, I guess that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Persona with ads. You can shut up. You can shut up. We're watching movie. we're watching art project. Okay. What was the volume of this again? No, we're moving it to... Yeah, I guess we can keep it at 20. Alright. I'm probably gonna play it, like, 3 times or something. Just so... Because, like, I like to watch it over and over just to get, like, a feel, I guess, of, like, the pacing and stuff. Oh, whoops, I forgot sound. I forgot to add sound.
She was a bird, I was an arrow, both of us sure we were sword and a sparrow. Still when we flew, we never knew. There in the air, I felt her feathers, first all at once, then all together. When I went through, that's when I knew. Killer is a bad thing to be. She's a giver and a giver's even worse to folks like me. Cause I never really wanna be the one to hurt somebody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute, actually. That's cute. Yeah, no, definitely 100% this, that needs some movement. Because once every sequence has movement, nothing else does. Like, it's very weird when it's just a random still frame, and something happened to my mic? No, I don't know. I really do love the part where he goes into the window at the beginning. It looks so smooth. Thank you. That... I'm not gonna... Okay, I was just about to lie and be like, oh my god, that took forever. But that, like... It took a lot of thinking. It took a lot of thinking. The window part was smooth. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, this one... I mean, I can select the individual strokes. It's just gonna take, like, a bit more time than just a, you know. But, nah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for this one. Just at least have his, like, arm move showing off the bread. At the very least that. Because now it is a little weird seeing, like, a pure still frame. So, that's what we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do. Not in a stream, but, like, another time. But, let me just see it again.
She was a bird, I was an arrow, both of us sure we were sword and a sparrow. Still when we flew, we never knew. There in the air, I felt her feathers, first all at once, then all together. When I went through, that's when I knew. Killer is a bad thing to be. She's a giver and a giver's even worse to folks like me. Cause I never really wanna be the one to hurt somebody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
Ah, so cute. Now I'm like more excited to do the second part because the second part is so much more, Marion's part is way more clear in my head with like the exact scenes that I want. Oh, so excited. Okay. What is this? Hello there. Out of curiosity, what device do you use to animate or make animatics? Okay, so I am actually using the, at least in the US, the industry standard for animation, which is Toon Boom Harmony, because that's what I was like taught to use. However, I was actually going to say this. You don't need Toon Boom Harmony to animate. You really do not. I just use it because I personally just really like the program and I'm very used to the program because I've been using it for like the past 5 years. But before Toon Boom, I used a pirated version of Flash. Okay? I used a pirated version of Flash before that. And I know like a lot of people these days be using like Flip-a-Clip, Procreate Dreams. I've never tried those, so I actually don't know how good they are. But I know that there's like a lot of people that use them for more like cheaper / free alternatives. Clip Studio Paint has an animation feature, which I know that a lot of animes use. I've never tried it personally, though. A part of me wants to try it, but I'm not gonna lie, like, selecting every stroke is, like, pretty sexy. But, I mean, I definitely would like to, like, give it a hand. You know, maybe that could be a future stream. It's me trying out the animation feature in Clip Studio Paint. But, like, there's other animation programs out there that you could use. Because really, honestly, hell, people animate in Photoshop, okay? People animate in Photoshop. I don't even know how, but people do. So obviously you don't need, like, Toon Boom Harmony to know how to animate. It really is just learning, like, the fundamentals, the basics, learn how to animate the bouncing ball, learn the 12 principles, and after all of that, it's like drawing. Once you know, like, the basics, you can basically animate anything. It just takes practice and, like, understanding, like, certain skills. I just use Toon Boom because, again, like, I'm used to it. I've been using it for 5 years, what I've been trained to do, and it just really appeals to me. I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want to come off as, oh man, to be a good animator, you gotta use Toon Boom Harmony. Because, like, no, you don't. Again, I used a pirated version of Flash from 2008. Alright, that's what I used for, like, 4 years of my life. Alright. We can plop on the Persona music back. Let's end this stream. Let's end this thing. I don't even know why I'm back here. It's not like there's anything to really talk about. Animatic really fun. I hope I get this done on time. I'm not sure if I will. I'm seriously debating whether or not I want to put, like, camera movements, kind of like I did with my Lorax animatics and, like, my Farina, like, Genshin Impact one. Because that's kind of how, like, I hid, I guess, some, like, the fact that there would be no movement. I just used cameras. However, like, man, I don't know. I just hope I get, like, enough of it done in time that it can be considered finished, if that makes any sense. It's an animatic at the end of the day. They're not really supposed to be finished, per se. But I'm a perfectionist, and I really need to break that. So, you know what? Maybe this time constraint is a good thing for me. I'm now reminded of the time lapse. Oh my god. You just unlocked a memory from me. I am now reminded of the time lapse of the left brain, right brain animation you did. Yeah. Nah, I remember that. I don't even know why I'm embarrassed. It's literally just a time lapse of me working. Should I do that? Should I do that on YouTube again? Is that still a thing? Are time lapses of animation still a thing? Or are they still a thing on YouTube? Because that was back in the era where it was.
The darkness of bipolar
ew, no, another ad.
I was losing interest in the things I love.
But yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is I hope I get this done in time, and if not, I hope, like, I get enough of it complete that, you know, it looks vaguely done, because that Genshin Impact one, that shit wasn't done. And like, more accurately, it didn't have, like, the final touches that I wanted, because, like, Valentine's Day came, and I was like, oh, just get the bare essentials done. Just get the bare essentials completed. Like, just slap the text on screen. No effects. We don't got time for effects. Just slap it on stream, upload it, done. But if I pace myself, I don't know. I've done crazier things before. And if not, honestly, a whip. There's nothing wrong with a whip. A work in progress. Alright. Okay, that's, it's been long enough. It's getting hella late. This is probably the latest I've done in a drawing stream. Usually I'm pretty, like, tight with them, but I got too into it. Oh, but it's been fun. Definitely keeps me motivated, to continue working. Okay, that's the end of the stream. I had a lot of fun, in case you noticed. I hope you guys had a lot of fun chatting with me. I can do it. Thank you so much. Yeah, hope you guys had a lot of fun like I did. And see you guys next time. When is the next time I'm gonna stream? Probably next week. Yeah. I don't know. I think Genshin's doing some stuff with their Lantern Rite, but I want to know how long the Lantern Rite will be, because I would like to squeeze in another drawing stream. It's pretty fun, and like I said, it does keep me a bit, like, motivated to work. Alright. Oh, work in progress. I honestly thought about a whip. Yeah, like whip as in W-I-P. Alright. No, that's it. We're done. I'm getting a bit tired, and yeah, till next time. Bye!